2015, I guess, early 2015, and gave me Dave Feldman's number. I called Dave, Bobby giving Dave Feldman a heads up. Dave and I started talking, hit it right off. And Dave and I just continued to talk and talk and leading up. So I was with Dave a solid 2 years before BKFC won, just kind of serving as an unofficial advisor and sounding board. And this is a sport that I believed in. I had long believed in bare knuckle. Years ago, and I'm talking years ago, over 20 years ago, I picked up a book randomly back when there was a thing called a bookstore. I saw a book and it was on the history of bare knuckle boxing, and it was a British book. And what it was doing in an American bookstore, I have no idea. Maybe somebody special ordered it and didn't pick it up, but good for me. And it talked about the Tom Hayers and John L. Sullivans and the Tom Heenans, and it was just phenomenal to read that book. This is like 20 years ago, so I've been thinking about bare knuckle for a long time. So I've had a few fortunate incidents in my life when the universe kind of conspires in my favor. Bobby Gunn gets me to Feldman. Feldman is just starting to think about launching bare knuckle. And he had done the one-off with Bobby Gunn on the Indian reservation, but he was thinking about no more one-offs. We're going to do this as BKFC. And again, that led to basically 2 years as an unofficial advisor and an official Dave Feldman friend, to leading up to BKFC 1. And it is a blast. The camaraderie on that show is unmatched. You know, Art Davie, I know we'll talk about my book in a little bit. You know, Art Davie, the creator of the UFC, who's basically become my second father. And I think basically I've become his surrogate son, which is something I'm really proud of. He always talked about those early UFCs, especially 1 through 5, the camaraderie between the fighters. They were rivals, but it was also like, hey, how are you training? What are you doing? Because there was such an unknown. And 10 shows in, that's what we still see with BKFC. Guys are like, now, are you training in MMA gloves? Are you training in 12s? Are you training in 16s? Or are you training bare-fisted? Are you hitting the bag bare-fisted? Or are you hitting the gloves in 8s? What are you doing on this? And I love that camaraderie. It's the early days, and in 2 years that'll be gone, and the sport will kind of settle in. But right now, it's so much fun to see because, you know, we're a year and a half into this modern revival of bare knuckle. 10 shows in with BKFC. I was looking on BoxRec, and in the U.S. and Canada, I think there've been something like 15 total shows, which is not a lot since Feldman started with BKFC 1 in June of 2018. So there's still not a ton of that out there. There's a few other promotions, Ken Shamrock's group, Dada's group out there. I saw there was a show in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. We've had one bare knuckle fight, not card, but fight in Kansas.